So this is an equation that is quadratic in form. In other words, you have three terms, and the x squared is the x to the fourth, and then you have a constant besides those two, x squared and x to the fourth. What we do for these is we let the u equal x squared temporarily, and then that means that u squared would be x squared squared, or x to the fourth. So we can write this as 2u squared minus 5u equals 7. So then this is a quadratic equation, and we can solve quadratic equations with the quadratic formula and sometimes by factoring. So I'm thinking this one factors, but you could use the quadratic formula if you like. Let's try this. So for my first terms, I'd have 2u squared, outers 2u, inners negative 7u, and last negative 7. So yeah, that checks out. So we'll set each factor equal to 0. So u is 7 halves, or u is negative 1. Now don't forget to go back and find x, okay? So these aren't the answers, these are what u is. We have to go back and say u is x squared, and put x squared equals 7 halves, and x squared equals negative 1. Then we can take the square root of both sides of these little equations. So plus or minus the square root of negative 1 is plus or minus I. So it's two answers. And over here we have plus or minus the square root of 7 halves. So let's go ahead and rationalize the denominator. So we'll have plus or minus the square root of 7 over the square root of 2. And we'll multiply the numerator and denominator by the square root of 2. So x is plus or minus the square root of 14 over 2. So 4 answers.